Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ALM. For your next module, we are now rolling out module number 3. We initially planned on rolling this out a little bit earlier, but realized that you all had even more on your plates than you've had the rest of this year with trying to plan for and accommodate students coming back into your classrooms physically. And so we were very mindful of that and did not want to add this to your plate at that time. So we've taken this back a couple of weeks to allow for you all to get reacquainted with your new reality again this year. So I'm going to let Roland do a little bit of unpacking in regard to Module 3 and our design and our thinking around Module 3 and some of the things that we're going to ask you all to do as part of this work.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, welcome back to the ALM process in the Module 3. So we're going to tackle some reading comprehension. We heard very loudly and clearly that we want to make sure that whatever we're doing is something that is authentic for you all. And we've designed Module 3 to really think about what is something your students will be reading in your course between now and the end of the school year, and really thinking about how we support them in being successful. We really want to think about that before, during, and after, a pre, mid, and post reading strategies so that students are actively engaged in the process. But we really want to make sure that this is something your students will be grappling with in your course, regardless of what content area you're teaching. Students have to read something. We want to think about how we make them or set them up for success in that class. So without much ado, let's get started with a couple of quick things. We are really trying to respond to the feedback that we got from you all about the processes and making sure that everything is seamless. So we've made some adjustments in the submission process, as Jen pointed out. It was really frustrating for everybody, including us last time, when we weren't able to get access, and then there were delays for us responding and you responding, and we won't do that again. One of the things that we take very seriously is our commitment to giving all of our participants feedback as part of the process. Really appreciate the job that your literacy leads in your building have done in conveying that information, and their willingness to also take part in this process and giving feedback and reading through and reading behind everyone. So I won't go into tell you everything that's in the module. That's already there and pretty self-explanatory, but you'll see that there's a folder for submission that gives us access right off the bat. So we've done away with the middleman and gone directly to a Google Drive folder for submission. I think that'll make it a lot easier, as Jen's already alluded to. We are again revisiting this idea about what is text and what is text in my content area, and that'll be the first thing to get you started. So without much more, I'm sorry, yeah, we are talking about the MDLS. We're using that minimum daily learning sequence as our planning guide again. That's a pretty simple planning tool. We aren't asking you to complete the entire lesson plan right now if you don't want to, but you can. We're going to really focus on that accessing new information, and again, thinking about if we are having students read whatever it is that they're reading, that we're doing it before, during, and after. Part of what you all asked for last time were some examples. So we went around and found 2 or 3 examples from peers around the state. These are not meant to be exemplars. These are teachers who are working through the process just like you all are. So they are doing some things well, but there are also places where they you could find some fault or some different ways that they may have approached something, and that's fine. The goal here is to think about, this is how somebody in the state is looking at instruction from perhaps your content area, but it gives you a little bit of an idea about what other teachers are doing and how other teachers are filling out the document and how they're sharing their thinking. So that's all I've got. Jen, do you want to take us out of this?
Yeah, and I'm not sure, I think you touched on this, but we're really focused on that with the MDLS. We're not asking you to do or fill in the complete MDLS framework, but really focusing on the accessing new information, where students are likely going to be doing, accessing text and doing a lot of reading comprehension. So supporting them there, but also thinking about how to set them up before that and after that. So the before, during, and after part of that reading comprehension is crucial. But as always, if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or to Roland. We are happy to answer any questions that you have, or if you just ask your building leads or Adam, they will be able to get your questions to us and we'll be able to follow up. But we look forward to seeing you in Google Drive and giving you some feedback there.